It started at a business recognition luncheon when Pastor Corky Calhoun and I just happened to be sitting next to each other. And we began to talk about schools. Corky's wife is a teacher, and his boys went through Brevard Public Schools. And his church, Georgianna, was involved at some other Merritt Island schools. And we just talked through the luncheon and agreed we'd like to talk again and work together. And at that time, I did not realize Corky was already developing a vision.
Since being a principal here at Cambridge, Diana and Chris have come to me and said, okay, we have a spring break project. What are your visions? What are your goals? And with Abby Turner and I, we sit down with them. And my goal for Cambridge is to be a home away from home for the students. And Georgianna has jumped on that.
Every year, they not only support the teachers and the students, but they help our campus. This year they did a spring break beautification project. They did one last year. They supply backpacks full of supplies for students. This year they donated 2,000 embroidered polos so that students could have fresh uniforms. They always have the teacher's lounge stocked with K-cups and coffee, so that really helps with morale. I mean, I can't even begin to express how many thousands of hours volunteers from Georgianna donate to Cambridge, and they're just really here for us, just to keep our spirits up.
I'm telling you, it's going to change your church. It's going to change your church. I think it creates community and it creates a single focus mission. Whether it's a financial gift or it's a time gift, the church gives away its resources, its time, and its heart. And so when you do those three things, it just makes the world a better place. That's what we believe.
Well, the partnership has grown just like a normal relationship has grown. It starts small in the beginning and you build a bond, and that bond keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger. And more members are coming to serve our students. You know, it takes a village to raise a child, and they've become one of our village members, and we raise the children of Cambridge Elementary School together.
We have blessed those at Cambridge and in that community and the teachers, but our people have been greatly blessed. And, they have given, but they've also received. And so I would just recommend to anyone, there's so many people that have a need out there and so many people that just need to be loved on. And we can be the hands and feet of Christ. We don't ever have to speak words from the Bible to anyone, but we can just go and we can love and be a presence. And it just changes lives.
Children are the most important thing, to the Lord and to us. And I think that if we don't invest in them early, then they're not going to know what it looks like to have good role models. And so I think to have, extra hands and feet on the ground and loving the kids the way that they should be loved is so huge. And if you don't start that early, then they don't know what that looks like. And so I think that it's just so good to implement it at an early age.
I was working in class and I was helping them with, I think, a reading assignment, and they were in between, and a little girl comes over and says, "You're just like my dad." And so I thought, oh, that's so sweet. I mean, honey, that's cute. And then I thought, man, I better check and see what kind of dad she has. So I was like, well, is your dad a nice guy? And she says, I don't know my dad. He passed away when I was a baby. That's why you're like my dad. And it just took my heart, and I thought, all right, it's worth 100 hours to come and do this. And she's precious, and she just wants somebody to love her. I think a lot of people are afraid to get involved, and they're not quite sure how. But I think if you called a local school and said, listen, we've got 3 or 4 people who would like to volunteer, they will be all over that.
Well, all a faith-based organization needs to do is call the school, and the school will direct them to the partner and education coordinator. So for Cambridge, that is me. And really, we get the conversation going, and we talk about the different things that we're looking for in a relationship, and it grows from there.
Both Chris and Diana, I'll come down, I'll sit in a meeting, I'll go, gosh, this is what we need to do. And the next thing you know, they're all over it and they're making it happen. So like in all good organizations, healthy organizations, it's a team effort. And so it's not anything that I've done on my own. It's been a great staff and an amazing, giving, generous church that has loved its community.
It grew out of that luncheon, and we laugh sometimes about how glad we are we got to sit next to each other. It was completely by chance, or maybe not.